There was one performance that stood out as a beacon of raw talent and emotional depth amid the vibrant environment of American Idol's 23rd season, which aired in 2025. That performance was Misailegalu's rendition of Alan Stone's Give You Blue during the Top 20 round. This Las Vegas native, who is known as Simone Silk for his silky vocal tone, enthralled spectators and judges alike with a performance that melded soulful honesty, cultural pride, and young energy. He was only 17 years old at the time. The journey that he took on the show, which culminated in this defining moment, demonstrated not only his vocal prowess, but also the power of creativity in changing a song into a narrative that is uniquely his own. How Misailegalu rose to prominence. In the years leading up to his participation in American Idol, Misailegalu, a senior at Sierra Vista High School, was no stranger to the limelight. He was a multi-sport athlete who excelled in football and volleyball, and he managed to take care of his sports duties while also developing a growing enthusiasm for music. While Isaiah was growing up in a Simone household, he was immersed in a culture that places a high value on love, community, and the ability to express oneself through song. His participation in the SV Beats program, which provided education in music production and songwriting, helped him polish his creative instincts. But it was his audition for American Idol that truly set the foundation for his spectacular climb to fame. One of the songs that Isaiah chose to play at his audition in Los Angeles was A Song for You by Donny Hathaway. This selection demonstrated his ability to traverse difficult vocal lines while maintaining an emotional sincerity. Carrie Underwood, Luke Bryan, and Lionel Richie were unanimous in their support of the contestant, with Underwood expressing her admiration for the judge's maturity despite the fact that he was still so young. Because of his performance, he became known as Simone Silk, and he was given a ticket to Hollywood, where he continued to impress with songs such as Lose Control by Teddy Swims and What Hurts the Most by Rascal Flatts. Isaiah had already established himself as a contender by the time he entered the top 20 with a distinctive blend of soul, pop, and island elements. He had already established himself as a competitor. Give You Blue is the creative choice they made. When it came to Isaiah, the top 20 performance round, which took place on April 20, 2025, was a moment that defined his future. Alan Stone's Give You Blue, a deep ballad that speaks to vulnerability and loyalty, was the song that he picked to perform at the Aulani Resort in Kapolei, Hawaii. This decision was a brilliant example of his creative skills, as it reflected not only his personal philosophy, but also his capacity to connect with the emotional heart of a song at its core. Give You Blue gave Isaiah the opportunity to capitalize on his skills, which include a smooth, resonant tone and a natural ability to convey true emotion. This is in contrast to other alternatives that were more bombastic or trendy. The original rendition of the song, which was performed by Alan Stone, is distinguished by its laid-back groove and introspective lyrics, which depict a picture of presenting one's most authentic self to a person who is dear to this person. Isaiah, on the other hand, had a completely unique understanding of the text. He imbued the song with a warmth and sincerity that resonated with his Simone background, and he did so while the song was accompanied by a minimalist arrangement that showcased his vocals. His performance was not only a cover, rather it was a rethinking, an act of creativity that transformed the song into a celebration of love and cultural identity. An investigative look at the emotional alchemy of the performance. The energy in the room was palpable as soon as Isaiah stepped onto the platform. His laid-back yet self-assured manner was perfectly complemented by the Hawaiian environment, which featured a verdant backdrop and an open-air atmosphere. A quiet strength emanated from Isaiah, who was dressed in a clothing that was both basic and elegant and which showed his island origins. The presence of his uncle Luigi, who had played the guitar and accompanied him at his audition, was not present this time. Nonetheless, the sense of family that was evident in his performance was not in any way diminished. Right from the beginning of the performance, Isaiah's voice encircled the audience like a comforting embrace. His language was methodical, with each note being precisely selected to provide the greatest possible emotional impact. It was Isaiah's most effortless performance to date, according to Luke Bryan, who remarked that the judges praised his relaxed delivery. This effortlessness was not a coincidence. Rather, it was the product of Isaiah's creative decision to simplify the song to its core, thereby leaving his voice to be the primary vehicle for conveying the story. This emotion was exemplified by Isaiah, who was the subject of the lyrics of the song "Give You Blue," which spoke about offering one's heart in its purest form. In lines such as "I'll give you blue, just like the sky above," his vocal runs were not spectacular but rather purposeful, giving texture to the musical composition. His ability to modulate his tone, which included going from a gentle, almost whispered delivery to a loud, resonant crescendo, exhibited a level of control that belied his age. The audience was visibly impacted, and social media was buzzing with appreciation for his authenticity. The audience was swaying to the rhythm because they were moved. Resonance with culture and the influence of creativity. The cultural resonance of Isaiah's performance was the thing that made it something truly spectacular. The American Idol competition, which thrives on diversity but rarely sees Pacific Islander representation, benefited from his unique perspective as a Samoan because he was a contestant on the show. His rendition of "Give You Blue" was infused with the principles that are essential to his ancestral history, including aloha, family, and the act of sharing one's gifts with the rest of the world. Unlike his contemporaries, many of whom relied on more conventional pop or country repertoires, he made a creative option to incorporate this cultural infusion into his music, which set him apart from his rivals. The storytelling part of Isaiah's performance was another area in which his ingenuity was displayed, in addition to his vocal delivery. By selecting a song that was congruent with his own personal ideals, he extended an invitation to the audience to enter his universe. The fact that the judges, and Carrie Underwood in particular, praised his capacity to dig in and connect on an emotional level is evidence of his proficiency in incorporating his individuality into his artistic vision. In a sport that frequently prioritizes appearances above achievements, this honesty was a move that was not only daring but also beneficial. Aftermath. An outcome that is both bitter and sweet. Shortly after that, Isaiah's journey on American Idol came to an end, despite the fact that his performance was absolutely brilliant. Due to the fact that his performance of "Give You Blue" did not receive a sufficient number of votes to guarantee a position in the top 14, he is currently in the danger zone. In an effort to maintain his position in the competition, he gave a performance of "Sleepwalker" by Stammy Johnson, a soulful track that demonstrated his extensive range of musical styles. In spite of Luke Bryan's praise for his tenacity, the judges ultimately decided not to choose him as a finalist, which brought an end to his stint on American Idol. It was unfortunate that Isaiah was eliminated, but the effect of his performance was not diminished in any way by this. The fans took to social media, particularly X, to show their support for him, and many of them referred to his performance of "Give You Blue" as one of the most memorable moments of the season. Isaiah's popularity as a fan favorite was further cemented by the fact that clips of the performance continued to circulate while being made available on YouTube and the website of ABC. These clips accumulated thousands of views. Both a creative inspiration and a leavening. The performance of "Give You Blue" by Isaiah Misailegalu was more than just a moment in a reality show. It was a demonstration of the power that creativity possesses in the realm of contemporary music. Through the selection of a song that struck a chord with his spirit, the incorporation of his cultural identity into the performance, and the delivery of the song with unrestrained emotion, Isaiah was able to create a performance that eclipsed the competition. He displayed a level of maturity and artistry that will definitely carry him well beyond the realm of American Idol, when he was able to change a song that was relatively unknown into a song that he considered to be his personal anthem. The path that Isaiah traveled can teach those who aspire to be artists important lessons. The pursuit of creativity is not about imitating others or following trends. Rather, it is about discovering your own voice and utilizing it to convey your own special tale. Not only did Isaiah's Samoan origin, his athletic background, and his youthful exuberance all contribute to his artistic expression, but they also demonstrated that the most riveting performances are those that are authentic. An additional point that was brought to light by his performance was the significance of taking risks. Selecting a song that is not widely recognized and making it your own requires bravery, but it can result in outcomes that are unforgettable. As Isaiah makes his way back to Las Vegas, his career in music appears to be full of promise. He will continue to share love through his Simone Silk voice, whether it is through community performances, social media, or a professional career. This is exactly what his culture intended. His rendition of Give You Blue will continue to be a touchstone for viewers of American Idol, serving as a reminder of the magic that occurs when talent, passion, and originality come together.